Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to be doing my Wellness Wednesday update for you guys today. I'm also going to be showing you how I've been doing my weekly reflections in my planner. I did mention a couple of weeks ago that I had started doing it, and some people got in touch and said they'd like to see how I've been using it. So I'm going to go through some of that. So to go on with the update, this week has been pretty good. And did I do anything wrong? Yeah, we've had a couple of bad meals along the way. Something I've noticed, and I've written about it in my weekly reflections, is when I do my shifts at the footy, I tend to not take food, and I tend to not plan that very well. So, for example, this weekend's game was a Saturday night game, and I didn't eat dinner beforehand. So all I really had to eat, we had lunch at normal time, so like 12:30, but then I didn't really eat again, and I sort of get hungry, and that's when, especially when you're at the footy and there's all this crap food rolling around, you get hungry and you don't even realise that you're going to be. So I just need to plan my nights at the football, or days at the football, whichever it happens to be, just a little bit more carefully, because if I don't, there is that very real temptation of just walking downstairs and getting some chips or getting some chicken or something that's probably not all that good for me. So that's something that I've covered off in my reflections as well. Exercise wise hasn't been too bad. I went to the gym every day last week, and I'm back on boxing. God, I love boxing. I forgot how much I loved it. And it's one of those things, especially in a big class, which I'm in. There's probably 30 or 35 of us, which is weird for 9 o'clock on a Friday morning, but there's a lot of us. You can't not work hard. There's no way to get around it. Like if you're doing one of the cycle classes, you can kind of back off if you are getting tired, if you are getting sore. I have a bung knee, so occasionally if I'm pushing really hard on the bikes, my knee just starts to give out, so I just turn the resistance down just a little bit, just while it hurts, and then when it's sort of got over its little spasm thing, I tend to turn it back up again. But in boxing, you can't do that. You can't go anything but 100%. And I'm really lucky. I have a girl at the gym that I met who's quite happy to take my really hard punches, because I tend to punch hard. So I'm really loving boxing. Boxing's fantastic. So I'm really happy with that. We then had netball back on this week after being away for 2 weeks with Easter and Melbourne. So back on netball, and then we played 2 games of social netball last night, which, oh my goodness, I was very, very tired, but I really enjoyed the extra work that gave. So I'm very happy with my exercise overall. We stopped walking. We kind of stopped walking over Easter. It just got in the way, and we sort of haven't got back on that bandwagon. So that's something that I want to fix in the next week or 2. So that's a plan. It's a goal, which again I've written in my weekly reflections. So considering I keep mentioning it, I'm just going to flick to it and show you. Now you guys will know from a long time ago, I'm pretty sure I said it, that I was going to put this together my way, not necessarily the way that kikki.k designed it. So I have my sort of my daily logs in here, and then I have my weekly stuff in here. So this is just how I do it and how I set it out. So along here, and it's just following along with the way that they've set it out. So it's not particularly complicated. So you just put the date on here. I always do my reflections on a Tuesday, so I've got that in there. Right now I'm feeling, and the answer this week was excited about events. Now those events are that I actually have a job interview next week for a job I want. So I'm very excited about that. I also found out today that I paid off a debt that I've been paying off for the last 5 to 6 years. So it's just been a really exciting day. So I'm really happy about that. In 3 words this week was promising, exciting, and re-energizing, where I've gone with. And it was like it's thrown up a lot of promising things this past week. It's left me really excited about things that might happen and that have happened, and it's kind of given me a bit of an extra burst to try and keep going, because the whole going to the gym in the middle of the day thing may not happen for too much longer. So if it's only got another week or 2, I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. So this next week is going to be a really hard one for me at the gym, I'm going to go hard because we don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it. So then you've got two sections. You've got what I achieved this week and what I learnt. So I'll just go through and just say what I achieved first and then what I learnt. So what I achieved this week nutrition-wise was I'm back on track after Melbourne. You guys know when I went to Melbourne, I didn't pay any attention whatsoever to what I was eating. So I was really trying to get back on the straight and narrow now that I'm home. Exercise is all back on track, and I love boxing was what I wrote there. And then mind and soul, I did make sure I made time for me, just to sort of, I'm not doing the Headspace app anymore. I just felt that it was far too structured and it was just a bit complicated to fit into the day sometimes. So what I've been doing instead is just doing 5 minutes where I just put on some nice relaxing music and I basically just stare at my vision board, which you guys know I update it, and I'll link that video down below. And I just look at it and I just go through all the things on that vision board and I go, these are the things that are important. And that 5 minutes is actually making a really big difference. And I find it a lot easier to fit in instead of that Headspace app. So what I learned this week, nutrition, is I need to plan better work or footy meals, as I said before, and my exercise, I need to push harder while I can. So that's all that's there. I didn't do anything for the mind and soul. I'm quite happy with the way. I didn't really learn anything. I just found a better way to do it. So I don't know if that counts as learning. But anyway, how I'm tracking with my top 3 goals. I don't really have 3. I've got 1, and that's just to continue losing weight steadily. And I'm back losing, which I'll tell you all about in a sec. After last week's gain. What held me back this week and how can I change it? Work meal equals never good. I need to plan my eating on footy days to ensure I'm eating as healthy as possible. That's not taking a salad. When I say eating as healthy as possible, I'm never going to be one of those people that can survive on carrot sticks. That's just not me. Eating as healthy as possible is taking a wrap or just not having chips, basically. Habits I'd like to change or start. I need to start walking again, and I need to get back in the habit of writing down a to-do list, which I have done, and I'll show you in a second that as well. And next week I'm going to be proud of what I've already achieved and keep working towards the next goal. So that's just keeping the positivity going, basically. And then just to flick to the back to where I've been writing down my to-dos again, trying to keep this on track is really, really important for me. And basically, as soon as I think of a task, I don't necessarily have to do that task that moment. I'm quite happy to spread some of these things out. Like, for example, organising my footy planner. I don't need to do it tomorrow. I don't need to do it. I need to do it by Saturday. So if I just put it in for Thursday. So it just makes more sense that way. But as long as I write them down, I won't forget to do them. So that's what I'm really trying to keep on track of. So as I said before, I have lost weight this week. I have lost 900 grams. You guys know I put on 1.5 kilos last week, so I'm not back down to my, I was going to say skinniest, but that's not the right word. Not back down to my lightest point again yet, but 900 grams this week, I'm really, really happy with that. So that puts my total weight loss overall of 7.3 kilos. I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy. I don't think I could have done too much more. I probably could have gone to the gym on Monday, but extenuating circumstances made that not possible. So you kind of just give it up, move on, and keep going. So that is basically all I needed to tell you guys this week. I'm going to try and keep these as short and sharp as I can. I know I tend to waffle a little bit. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm blown away, and I meant to say this last week. Thank you. I just reminded myself. I'm blown away by how much support I get on YouTube, and I hit 300 subscribers the other week, which is insane. I remember when I got to 10 and I thought that was awesome, and then I got to 50 and I thought that was amazing. And every single time I've hit a milestone, I've kind of been even more blown away by how much support I get from you guys. So thank you so much. You'll never, ever, ever understand how much your support means to me. So thank you very much. And I hope I can keep churning out content that makes you guys want to keep watching and makes you want to tell your friends that, hey, there's this half cool chick on YouTube that I watch that does planner stuff, and that you want to share with them. So thank you very, very much. So if you do have any one of those friends that you'd like to let know, please let them know, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, so I know that I'm on the right track. I have got Instagram, and I'm trying to be as active on Instagram as I can. I'm slowly learning what Instagram's all about. I learned what hashtags are on Instagram. I'm very proud. So I'm starting to use them. Sorry, my guy behind the camera just laughed and I can't stop now. So please follow my Instagram if you do have Instagram. I'm also trying to keep my Facebook page, like the Plum Mashable Facebook page, a bit more updated. So you can follow me there now too. So I'm Plum Mashable basically everywhere. That's pretty much it for this week, guys. I hope you have a good week. I've had a really good week, and hopefully next week I can tell you all about my job interview, and hopefully it's all good news from here. So I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.